So in this video, what we're going to do is we are going to create the character. It should be relatively quick. Let's just get right to it. First thing, make sure you lock and hide all the background layers, because we don't need those when we're working on this. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to call this one the character reference. Okay, and I'll make another layer, and we'll just call this one the character. All right, so now we have two layers. Make sure you select the bottom one. Go to the library. You can see we have these two items that we imported earlier. I'm just going to click and drop it like a top. And then I'm going to go ahead and lock this. And actually, I'm going to turn off the background reference image too. We don't need, oops, sorry. There we go. And we can keep it locked. Okay, so, and we lock that, good. And so now I'm just going to zoom in, Control plus, and we can start getting at it. Now, we can do this a couple different ways. Typically, I like to use a Wacom tablet. So if you have a Wacom tablet, I actually have a Cintiq. They have a couple different brushes here, and what's nice is if you have one of these, and we go to the properties here of the tool, you can see there's actually a pressure sensitivity. So if I make this stronger, oops, sorry, make sure I'm on the character layer. If I make it stronger, it goes there, and it will get lighter. So you see it actually has pressure sensitivity. It actually supports tilt as well, which I don't really find all this useful. And the liquify and the regular brush also do that as well, the classic brush. But I'm assuming you don't have that, so I'm going to show you another way to kind of get around that. There's a couple ways, but I'm going to show you one way, and it should make it a little bit easier, and that way you can use a mouse and still be able to draw relatively well. So I'm going to leave this alone. Normally I would use this, but I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm going to undo that, and we'll just start drawing it. So we're going to do it kind of similar to what we did before, where we use the line tool, but we're going to add a little extra flavor to it. So I'm going to go ahead and change the line tool back to 2. And I'm going to draw basically this cone shape first, okay? So I'm going to go from here to here. Let's actually also, on the reference here, let's double click on that, the little sheet of paper here, and take the opacity and make it a little bit lighter so I can see my lines better. Okay, and now we're going to click from here to here, here to here, and then here to here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit V for the select tool. And I can just grab these. I thought I locked you. Okay. I can just grab these. Did it seriously draw it on the reference? Hang on a second. Somehow. That's super annoying. Yeah, I did draw them. All right, we'll just ignore it. I don't know how I thought it was locked, but all right, so we'll just go back to it again. Okay, so pen, hopefully you didn't mess it up like I did. All right, so I'm just going to draw from here to here, here to here. Okay, good. So now they're all there. I can hit the V, the select tool here, and I can just grab this and pull that down, grab this one, pull it that way. I'll push this one in a little bit, and I'll push this one out a little bit. Yay. Now, what you're going to notice is there's a couple things. One, the lines aren't quite right. It's one solid stroke, which is kind of ugly. So I'm going to show you how to basically do pressure sensitivity without pressure sensitivity. So there's two ways of doing it. One is with the liquid brush. We're not going to use that. What we're going to do instead is this tool, this width tool. So it's probably not here by default. What you want to do is you click on this little edit toolbar, and then it will actually be right here. All you have to do is you just click and drag and let go, and there it is. And then I'm just going to click up here and hit close. Okay, so now I have it here. And what this will allow me to do is I can actually click on a line, and I can change the width of it. So I'm going to go like, I'm going to make that a little bit thicker on the bottom, and then you can see, let's do it like, I guess here. And I can make this like kind of thin. Okay. And you can add more or less if you want. So like if I want it to be, thinner right here, like have it thin a little bit earlier, so now it starts a little bit thicker here. It's pretty thick down there, and then leave, like that. But I can, basically you can click and adjust these as much as makes you feel good, okay? So I basically varied the thickness just using that line width tool, which is pretty cool. The background, we're actually going to remove those lines anyway, so I don't really care about them, but on the character, I'm going to leave them in. Okay, so the other thing I need to do is that it's not quite following the drawing. There's a couple quick things we can do to fix that. So now I'm going to hit N for the line tool, and I need to add a point here, right? So if you remember, we can click and I can draw. And remember, it's going to snap to it. It looks weird because it's like affecting the weighting. It'll snap to it. Every time that you draw a line and it intersects with another line, if you remember, it automatically is a Boolean, which means it'll be combined to it if it's the same color, or it will cut away. So if I were to hit A for the sub-selection tool, or if you hold down, it's the one underneath the selection tool, I'm just going to go like this, you will see that now it actually create a point right here, right? So what that allows me to do is that now there's more fidelity and I can affect just that one point, or what's a little bit easier, because I'm going to go with the regular select tool, just hit V. I can now take this one and pull that out, and then I'm just going to click on this guy and delete it. Okay, so now I got that nice little shape that it's supposed to be. It looks much more weighted and chunky. Down here is actually still off, so I'm going to hit A again, and I'm just going to click and drag across these, and now I have my Bezier handles. And I'm just going to pull this one out this way a little bit, and I'm going to pull this one out this way a little bit. And now it's a little bit closer, to what I would want it to look like. Okay. Now we just need to do this bottom part here. So to do that, I'm just again going to use my line tool, so N, and I'm just going to click. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to before it does the curve here, and then I'm going to click and go to where it starts here. So basically we're bypassing where the curves are, and you'll see it's actually pretty easy. There to there, there to here, and there. Stop trying to do that. There you go. Now I'm going to go back to my move tool, and I'm just going to pull, or not move, the selection tool, and I'm just going to kind of pull these out to curve them, like so. You can see. And again, I'll just use my width tool, and I can just go ahead and add a little bit of weight to this guy. Like so. There you go. And now it's got this nice weight to it, and it looks pretty good. Now we need to add these inside lines here for his the color band. Boop. And I'm going to go back to the select tool. There you go. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. So I'm actually going to do this in chunks because it'll be easier for animation purposes. Yeah, because I don't want to cut into it. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to move this out of the way. So I'm just going to use the select tool, click and drag over the whole thing, or you can actually just double click, and it should. It's only grabbing the like ones. And I'm just going to move this guy out. But you can see that's a nice, clean looking shape, right? It's got nice weight to it. You can see the bottom lines are heavier than the top ones, so it makes it feel more grounded. Okay. So we've got the main hard shape, so now we just got to do the subsequent little simpler shapes. So let's go ahead and do his face just because. So his face, I'm just going to go ahead and use the ellipse tool or circle tool, or whatever they call it. For stroke, I'm actually going to turn that off because I find that's going to be sort of annoying. So I click on that and just go to the no smoking. All right, so now it's just fill, and we're just going to make it black because he's got Heart of Darkness eyes. All right, and come on. It's like snapping. All right, let's control plus. Undo that, and let's see if it'll, there you go, it gives me more fidelity. If I'm closer, that's great. Okay, and I'm going to take that, and let's see, control minus. So you see it's a little bit up and down. I want it a little bit more slanted. Now I could use my thing here and rotate it, which, that's actually okay. Or I can shear it. Either way, I might have to get closer to shear it, but, so you go like this. See what I'm saying? Actually, the rotating actually does look a little bit better. So I'm just going to rotate it like that, and then I'll just control C, control shift V, and then I'm just going to use my arrow. So if I use my arrow keys, it does like 1 pixel. If you hold shift and arrow, it does, I think it's 10 pixels. I don't know, I'd have to look it up, but I think it's something like that. And that works in most of the Adobe programs. Okay, so there's some eyes. And then we just need the eyebrows. So again, I'm just going to kind of go like this, and let's just change the thickness here. Let's do like 10 or something, because he's seen some things. All right, and we'll go with that. And then I'm going to use my stroke tool again, and I'm just going to make it, whoa! Wow, okay, that was not what I was anticipating. Look at that. Okay, that was a little, looks like a balloon. Okay, that's not, let's just select both of them with the select tool. just going to select both, double click, hold shift and double click, and then I'm just going to adjust the stroke here. We'll just make them a little bit thicker. I think that's fine. And then click off. There we go. And then I'm just going to, why is it not, I want to grab the inside. I don't know if it's because it's so small. It keeps giving me, it's only giving me the points. That's weird. Okay. Huh. Alright, I guess we'll leave it straight. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's have a, let me see, tool. I don't know, let's have a setting or something. Oh, did I make them that big? I didn't think how'd they go up to 32? I don't know what's going on here. I don't want them that big. Okay, we'll call that good. Alright, and then we just need a mouth, and again, we're just going to draw a line for that. And let's change the thickness of that. Actually, I want that a little bit. Oops. Gotta make sure we have it selected. Hit V, select it, and make it a little bit thinner. That's good. And I'm just going to curve it up a little. And then let's see if the weight tool works on this guy at all. Yeah, just like, let's see. It's not giving me any tool properties, really. Where's my tool properties? Okay. So, yeah, it's not a big fan of. I like the face. We'll just go with that, I guess. That's fine. So we'll call that the face. All right. So I think I know what's going on with these. Let's delete those again. Go to the line tool, and then so make sure the scaling is on none. I think what's happening is that it's actually scaling up as we're drawing it. So I'm just going to again draw these. Control minus. Oh, I guess they're all scaling. Okay, well, we'll go with that. I might have to change the scale of them afterwards. All right, so we got that. I'm just going to take the face and move that next to him right there, and then we just need the arms and the legs. It's going to basically be the same process again. So I'm just going to use the pen tool, and let me see, 8 seems good. So I'm just going to kind of draw a line here. Draw a line here, and then we'll draw a triangle here. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to go to my fill, which is K. Same as click on that, and it's already on black, so I'm just going to color that in black. And then we'll go back to my line tool, N, and I'm just going to draw fingers here. Oops, Control plus plus. And let's see, there it goes. And we'll draw a line there, and we will draw a line there. Control minus minus. So we might have to do something where we do, let's go B to select and grab that thumb, pull it out a little bit more. When we're farther out like this, I might have to select it and then just change the stroke size to match better. Oh, hang on a second. Let's see. Oh, scaling. Normal. And then let's make that smaller. I think I might have had that backwards. Is that what the problem was? Yeah, sorry. Somehow I must have turned the scaling to none, and I do want to scale. So that will make sure that the stroke is scaling. So I'm just going to grab this too, and we'll just go like this and make sure that it's on normal. That way when we zoom in or zoom out, it will stay the same. Okay. So with the arm, I don't really need to do too much of that either, because I'm just going to kind of keep that straight. So we'll put that over here, and I'm going to control D for duplicate, and I'm just going to put it next to it, because we'll do that for the right and the left. We can just basically use the same thing, and then the legs are just, again, the line tool. So, and I'm just going to draw one leg and use it for the other one. So there you go, and let's do the line width tool. And let's see if this will, okay, that's acting a little bit more normal. So we'll make it a little bit thicker on the bottom, and then I want to thin it up even a little bit more than that. There we go. And the other thing actually I want to do is I don't want, whoa, okay. Whatever, we'll call that good. Okay, so now we've got our pieces of our thing. So I'm going to Control V over. Okay, so now we've got our character pieces. Let's just go ahead and color this in. So I'm just going to go to my fill tool and we'll click on this. And I'm going to find a nice orangey color. It's nice and bright. That's fine. Boom, boom, boom. And then I need a, giving me stroke stuff. Oh, why is the stroke being selected? Well, thank you. Okay. And then I'm going to need basically just a slight off-white like that, and boom. Okay. And that would be my character. And so if I take the face and I put it on there, you can see we would have our cone dude. Okay? So, yeah, so you should basically have now, we can turn this guy off, and we can turn the background on. So basically you'll have something that looks like this, all right? And we are ready to do the animation next week. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of lay the puppet stuff out, and get the thing going, and we'll animate a simple little animation thing, and it should look good, all right? So get those graphics done. Hopefully you'll feel a little bit more comfortable when you're done with this. Yeah, if you run into issues, just let me know. All right, good luck, guys. One thing, make sure you save it, right? So file, we should have been saving this all the time. Save as, and then just save it as your last name, right? So cone, cone, week 01 lab. Save. All right, that's it.